Well, we're near the midway point of the Major League season, and already some very fascinating results and a lot of entertaining soccer has been played, but there's still a lot more to go. Hello, everyone. I am Metafiction, and we have some real bangers for you today. We're starting out with Tokyo SC hosting SFV. Tokyo, of course, conceding 6 goals last time out in their heavy away loss to Hollywood FC. Will be hoping to right the ship, but it's a tall order that they face. SFV coming in to this match off of a win over Reykjavik United 1-0. So they will be on a high. There will be a lot of energy in that Black Forest camp. Tokyo with the home advantage. Will it pay off here? And of course, we are underway. Tokyo in the 4-2-3-1. Schwarzwalder in that sort of back six, I guess, would be the best way to refer to it. As that ball is intercepted by Whittington. Denkinger sends it out wide to Bull. Greer trying to get near, but can't. Bull around effortlessly. Whittington squares it. Jihao forced back outside by Adam. SFV regrouping momentarily. Whittington crossing, switching play. Here's Peterson. Hackman's dribble cut out by Van Gerrit. Here's Hakkinen. Through for Deanne. Deanne squaring it to Jihao. Wang Jihao! What a move and what a goal for the Black Forest. They'd piled on the pressure, and with some inch-perfect passing, they got the job done. That ball in from Hakkinen to Deanne. Deanne squaring it into Jihao, and it looked like it cannoned a little bit off of Greer there. An unfortunate turn of events, as Greer did give up an own goal last time out against Hollywood. This time they give it to Jihao, but here is Ibrahimovic, though, for Tokyo, and firing wide, thanks to the defense of Maxwell there. Here is Greer, hoping to redeem himself, sending in the corner kick. This one's headed out by Whittington and into touch. So far, not much to report from this one other than the goal. Neither team managing too much in terms of shots on target here. Black Forest now is trying to build a move just after 20 minutes. Here's Peterson. Maximiliano intercepted by Kennedy, but Kennedy not able to get to it. Ball finds its way to Whittington. Whittington squaring it. And Heather Bull really should have finished that, you have to say. Had a clear lane to goal, but somehow cut it wide at the far post. Surprising finish from a player that's usually fairly clinical. But for whatever reason, it remains 1-0. Rise cutting that pass out from Plink to Torres, who has a shot from range, ripples the top of the net. Now a corner for Black Forest. Plink in. It looked like that was Bull again, getting ahead to it. Rube getting down in front of it before it could do the damage. This one has picked up somewhat as we near halftime. Schwarzwalder still with a 1-0 advantage. And that is how it will be at the break. SFV with that early goal, with Wang Jihao's shot taking a bit of a deflection into the back of the net, but still, nonetheless, a goal that puts them ahead of Tokyo, the hosts. And certainly reflecting the XG difference as well, it has to be said. SFV looking to repeat as champions, even though Their unbeaten bid for the season has already been scuttled. Nevertheless, that win over Reykjavik last time out certainly proves that they are one of the teams to beat in this league. And right now they are doing their job against Tokyo, as Van Gerritsen's through ball finds nobody. Meanwhile, Tokyo perhaps still fragile after that surprising but also very impressive win by Hollywood. Certainly, I don't think many people expected a scoreline quite like that from that match. Tokyo perhaps still a little fragile from that experience. Peterson sends the cross in deep, but Rube has no trouble claiming it. Rise heading it on, but nobody making the run. Bull, Greer cutting the ball out though. Here is Torres now, coming forward, but Whittington gets to it first. Kingshen let it run for Kennedy. Headed back and now falls to Scarpetta. Rise through to Ibrahimovic, and that's leveled it! Or has it? VAR is looking at it. This would be huge for Tokyo if it stands. But it's been disallowed. Sky Rise thought he'd found the through ball to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. But Ibrahimovic, as you can see, well offside. Well past the final defenders there. "20 minutes to play. Tokyo's still looking for an equalizer, but haven't really been able to find a proper chance just yet. Time very much running out on them. SFV hanging on, making sure to do a professional job in holding on to this lead. And just like that, time is just about evaporated. Here is Hakkinen bringing the ball forward for SFV. Had some space. Van Gerritsen pouncing on the loose touch. And that will do it here from the Nintendo. Tokyo SC still reeling perhaps from that 6-1 loss to Hollywood last time out. Fall a second time in a row against SFV. These two league results plus their defeat to Kapstad in the Cup. It has been a bit of a rough week for Tokyo. Meanwhile, SFV relish another professional performance and another well-earned victory. Tamana Whittington there, your player of the match for that stellar performance in the build-up and defensively. And of course, the goal by Wang Jihao did the damage for Black Forest. So there it is, 1-0 to SFV away to Tokyo, which can only help their chances of repeating as champions. Next up, we go to Barcelona, where CF Catalunya will host Hollywood FC, who, as I mentioned multiple times, were very impressive in that 6-1 victory over Tokyo last time out. Can they repeat that against Catalunya? Meanwhile, of course, last time, Catalunya falling 1-0 to Buenos Aires will be looking to bounce back with a good result here at home. It's a 4-3-3 for Catalunya, as they have gotten used to, and indeed a 4-3-3 for Hollywood as well. Kurt Lightning, the holding midfielder for Hollywood. Catalonia, with a bit of a slow start to the season, will be looking for an opportunity to take points at home against a team that they would have fancied their chances of at least having a fairly even match with. And it is Catalonia who cross in and Staines heads well over the bar. Now it's a corner for Hollywood as Klose sending it in. Sent back by Brooks. Brooks with the shot. Forces a save out of Neuer, and it's another corner kick. Gerard Klose stands over the corner once again. And once again trying to find Brooks, but this time it was cut out. I believe that was Amore Delo who got the foot in there. Long ball from Hall. Mulgrain, though, intercepting. Martel finds Klose. A good challenge from Roma, but it falls back to Scud Muffin. Martel was challenged by Hugh Mann and forces a corner for Hollywood. It is Muffin to take. Into the box and headed over by Nikola Lovric. Now it's a corner for Catalunya. Poggio standing over it. The cross had velocity. Hall able to get the hands up, though. Here comes another attempt from Catalunya. Once again with pace. Once again finding a head. And once again, Hall equal to the task. That one headed down for Catalunya. Poggio taking it over. Has space. Fires. Gastone Poggio putting it past Dexter Hall. And Catalunya have taken the first shot here. Well, Maple dribbled it through the center. Poggio taking control of it. And it was a great finish to get it past the outstretched arm of Dexter Hall. As we cross the 30-minute mark, Catalunya still making good on that 1-0 lead, although we do now have a corner kick for Hollywood. Klose sending it in. Brooks gets it back to Klose. Lovric. Now Rashford, and it deflects off of the defenders and ultimately comes to nothing. But Rashford had a real shot on goal there to potentially level it up. And now here come Catalunya back down the other end. Tenderloin sending it through to Mann, put to Poggio and then De Ali. Some good vertical passing here. Maple sends it back to Ryan. Ryan cutting in. Ryan fires just wide. Less than 5 minutes left until the half, not accounting for stoppage time. Kamanova sending it up for Staines. Chased by Brooks. Staines crosses at the end line. Ultimately intercepted, but not for long. Poggio finding Staines at the opposite side again. Delo. And here's Poggio again. Now Ryan. Ryan challenged by Cormier. Sends it back to Poggio. Staines turns. Poggio passed the ball into Staines, who turned and had an excellent shot, but the chance ended up in the hands of Dexter Hall. And we are at the referee's mercy for halftime here, but Catalunya with one more chance before that. Staines coming forward, finds Dogwood Maple. Dogwood Maple with the shot, cannoning off Cormier. And there will be time just for a corner kick before the half. Poggio standing over it. Off the head of Lovric, and then Mulgrain. Ryan able to get to it, but the referee has now blown for halftime. Catalonia have had the better of the match and have the better of it on the scoreboard at the moment. A 1-0 lead thanks to that wonderful shot from Gastone Poggio. And Hollywood, after winning 6-1, not really showing any flashes of that performance in the first half. Certainly still time to turn it around, but right now, Catalonia very much looking in the ascendancy. Cameron Bailey makes his way onto the pitch, replacing Jalen Brooks for Hollywood. And it is Hollywood who have gotten started in the second half. Though the ball now rests with Catalonia. Roma forward to Delo. And then back. Poggio dropping deep. Delo sends it out wide to Kamanova. Kamanova surging past Rashford. Crosses in. Stains his shot. Not quite the right angle on it. This is a testament to that Catalonian midfield that Poggio was able to. Poggio can play so deep, but also make those runs in on goal. As Staines has a shot from distance. And had Deali not been offside, that would have been an excellent goal there from Wesley Staines. But instead, it will not count. Hollywood now trying to build something. Still looking for that equalizer. It's Bailey who sprays it out to the opposite post. Here's Closa. And Closa strays offside this time. It was an excellent move, an excellent thought there from Bailey to spray it out to the opposite end of the opposite side of the field, but ultimately caught offside for Hollywood. Now here is Kurt Lightning. Evading Staines and getting out to McGrain. Bailey squares it, but it only finds a red and yellow shirt. Here's Deali, challenged by Lightning, and now Muffin reaping the reward of that challenge. Muffin crosses to Martel, and Neuer able to get down to stop that one. It was an inspired move by Hollywood. They have started to come to life a bit here in this second half, but ultimately, Catalonia still with the lead, and now Bailey Deali is in the box. The shot deflects off of McGrain and behind for a corner kick. And that is the danger of Catalonia. They can score more or less out of nowhere. Here is Poggio sending in the kick. Deali sending it back. Now the cross from Poggio. And it's another corner kick. Once again out to Deali, who has a shot from range, but into the morass in the center. Human forced back. And that move running out of momentum. 10 minutes remain for Catalonia to hold this lead. Neuer sending the free kick long. Ends up with Kurt Lightning for Hollywood. Cormier also sending it long. Neuer able to scoop it up. Closa trying to force Neuer into a mistake with the press here, but so far Neuer on target, though that ball does find its way to Scud Muffin. Human making the challenge, but so does Muffin. Eventually scrapping for the ball. Hollywood have ended up with it. Martel trying to get it around Tenderloin. Roma, though, blocking it. Now McGrain sending it long, but nothing doing on that occasion. Cormier, though, gets the loose ball. Here's Martel. Well, it was a moment of weakness, and Hollywood pounced. One small mistake is all it took. Here it is again. Maple a little loose in the dribble. Cormier got the foot in, sending it to Rashford. Rashford forward to Martel. And Neuer can do nothing at that short range. Pete Martel levels it up for Hollywood. It is 1-1. And out of nowhere, Catalunya thought they'd had the 3 points locked up. But Hollywood managing to earn a very creditable draw here. They weren't at the races for the first half, but they started to rev up into life in the second. And ultimately, thanks to some quick thinking there, they will walk away with a 1-1 draw in Barcelona. Gastone Poggio had the shot to put Catalunya ahead, and they held that lead for just about 60 to 70 minutes. But Pete Martel equalizing with very little time left. Kurt Lightning is your player of the match. But what a fight back from Hollywood to remain in the match and ultimately claim the point from Camp de la Industria. We now move on to match number 3 of the day, and it is Reykjavik United hoping to make amends for that loss against title rivals Black Forest last time out. They'll be facing União Sao Paulo, who face a challenge of a different sort, still looking for their first point since season 14, and it is a tall order that faces them today. Reykjavik United away. The odds are very long. It has to be said that Sao Paulo can find their first point here, but certainly they're going to give Reykjavik as much as they can here. See there that 4-1-3-2 for Sao Paulo with the 5 players in attack. But you see there that goal difference of -20 signifies it has been tough sledding for the Brazilian team so far this season. It is Sao Paulo who get us started in the red and black. For those of you who happen to be red-green colorblind, I can only apologize. Lopta sending it long. Here's Andrews. Arasov to Ramirez. Ramirez firing from range. Forced over by Lualua. It is an early corner to Reykjavik, taken by Furious Chicken. Down for Lopta. Lopta squaring it to goddamn. Ultimately finds its way all the way back out. Well, the best teams in the SSL often struggle to cope with the atmosphere here at Lake Valerid. It poses an interesting challenge for Sao Paulo today. As Furious Chicken wins that ball. Here's Yore. Back to Chicken. Now Del Pirlo. Pressure in the box as Chicken forces the save out of Lualua. Reykjavik, as is custom, piling it on in the final third. And that header from, I believe that was the diver, goes wide. Dave Brisky's header from the goal kick finds nobody. And here are Reykjavik again. Arasov from distance, and it's another corner kick. This time it will be Andrews to stand over it. Sent in. Headed just over by Hola Diver. Reykjavik already with 8 shots, 3 of them on target. Sao Paulo yet to record a shot. As they come forward again, Reykjavik. Andrews through to Del Pirlo. Arasov. Del Pirlo again. Squaring it for Lopta. Back to Yore. That was off the crossbar. What a cannon of a shot from Tata Yore. And that was very nearly a screamer to open the scoring. Ramirez to Arasov. Arasov cutting it back for Chicken. And it ultimately comes to nothing this time. A free kick now for Sao Paulo. Habjanic sending it in, trying to find Justinison, but nothing doing. And here is Andrews now. Norris and Justinison with pressure. Square it back to Del Pirlo. Now Arasov. Center to Andrews. Andrews turns and shoots. And it's pushed over again by Kazenga Lualua. Andrews with the corner. And it's another corner kick here. Well, it's a spirited defensive performance from Sao Paulo as it's headed clear and ultimately into the hands of Lualua. A spirited defense from Sao Paulo, as I was saying, against this Reykjavik onslaught away from home. But Reykjavik continuing to pile on pressure. Arasov to Yore. Yore from the edge of the box, and it's deflected behind once again. Andrews, and that header sent over the bar. Eilish sending it out, switching flanks to Brisky. Through ball to Velstrazen Smith, cutting it back. Here's Victoria. Victoria over the top, trying to find Justinison. Justinison might have been in, but instead, here comes Arasov. Now Andrews, through ball to Del Pirlo, off the post, and Lofta puts it back at the second time of asking. Well, valiant effort in defense from Sao Paulo to keep it scoreless this long, but the dam has finally burst. And Del Pirlo had a clean shot on target, forced it into the post. Lopta in exactly the right place to put home the rebound. And after 18, and it was the 18th shot by Reykjavik that found its way in, as here is Chicken cutting out that pass back to Del Pirlo. And again, Arasov, challenged by Victoria, but Arasov retains it, and it's into the side netting. Here he is, Chicken now. The diver, once again, heading over the bar. Andrews surges past Habjanic. Around Norris, back to Ramirez. Velstrazen Smith gets a foot in, but it's Arasov. Arasov shoots it well off target. Brisky can't quite get it under control. Now here's Ramirez. Darting through the defense around Brisky. Ramirez trying to put it back for Arasov. It falls to Ramirez again, and it's well over. That was a bit of a chaotic move from Reykjavik, and ultimately it comes to nothing. But Arasov sending in the cross, and goddamn got ahead to it, but it was parried away at the last moment by Kazenga Lualua. And now here is Brisky with a free kick. Finds only a Reykjavik head there, though. Now Del Pirlo up the near flank. Victoria chasing. Brisky chasing. Del Pirlo back to Lopta. Yore over the top. Back to Del Pirlo. Squaring it. Jean-Claude, goddamn, heads it off the crossbar. That was so shocking I couldn't even say it correctly. Here come Reykjavik again, it looks like. So many near misses for Reykjavik. They've got one on the board, but you could argue they could have had even more. Ramirez, Del Pirlo, finds Chicken. Jean-Claude goddamn heads down for Lofta, and it's off the post again. Whoever maintains the goalpost here at Lake Valoran is gonna get their money's worth after this match. Goddamn, nicking the ball off of Eilish and sends it over. That cross in from Sao Paulo, claimed by Brickwall Jr. Reykjavik once again forcing the issue as we near halftime. Arasov. Pressured by Habjanic, Furious Chicken forces another save out of Kazenga-Lualua. Board goes up to indicate 2 minutes of added time before the break as Andrews stands over this corner. Sending it in, it's Lediver who can't quite get it past the keeper. And that header goes over. And despite having 30 shots recorded, that is not a typo. That is 30 shots for Reykjavik, 10 of them on target, and an XG of 4.22. It is only 1-0 to Reykjavik at the half. Whether it's luck or spirited defense from Sao Paulo, they do find themselves perhaps with an opportunity to find a way back into this match as things stand. A 1-0 lead, considering the type of match it's been, it indicates a certain level of, I'm not sure what the opposite of clinical finishing is, but whatever it is, that's what Reykjavik are experiencing right now. Eric Belmont onto the pitch, made way for by Crazy Tomato II. Sao Paulo looking for a change of personnel to start this half, hoping that will unlock this Reykjavik defense. Scarpetta, meanwhile, for Chicken. Chicken dribbling forward, Lopta. And it's another save out of Lualua, who has really earned his paycheck thus far. Andrews with the corner. Headed up into the air. Scarpetta sends it back for Lopta. And Lopta with another miss. Brisky comes forward now, squaring it to Selic. Brisky dispossessed by Ramirez this time. Lopta finds its way to Del Pirlo. Ramirez up the near flank for Andrews. Chicken misses at the near post. Sao Paulo committing a lot of players forward. It's a very risky strategy, again, especially considering a team like Reykjavik. Yore squares it to Arasov, and Ramirez took that shot well over. Off the goal kick, Selic sending it back to Kirkpatrick. Selic again, but this time, goddamn getting to it first. Jean-Claude goddamn past the fence, challenged by Eilish. And Andrew's shot just tipped behind again by Lualua. Andrews cross in, and once again, Lediver can't get it on target. So it is another goal kick for Sao Paulo. This time passing it amongst the defense. Salic gets to it first. Sao Paulo looking for any crack in this Reykjavik armor. That isn't it, as Brisky loses out. Here's Arasov, weaving through that Sao Paulo defense. And Victoria went in for the challenge. VAR has given, the referee rather, has given a penalty. VAR is reviewing it. Referee going over to the monitor. And no penalty will be given. The challenge was clean. It's an advanced throw for Sao Paulo, looking to do what many would think impossible. Here's Justinison. That move would have potentially had something, but ultimately comes to nothing. As here is Del Pirlo on the counter for Reykjavik. Squared to Chicken. Chicken from just inside the box and again tipped over by Lualua. Andrews into the box and headed clear. Lopta getting to it. Now Chicken. And Lualua, it has to be said, doing wonders to keep Sao Paulo in this match. Certainly Reykjavik have had their share of misses, but Lualua with some excellent saves. Though here is Damn, and there's another one. As I was saying it, by Lualua, pushing another shot behind from Jean-Claude Gaudin. Chicken with the corner. And there's chaos at the goal mouth. A scrap for it. Lualua ends up with it. The ball bobbled around off of just about everybody, right in front of the keeper. Ultimately, Lualua able to hold on to it. Del Pirlo. Now here is Arasov. Arasov squaring it. And it falls in thanks to Jean-Claude Gaudin. Well, once again, chaos at the goal mouth. This time the ball crosses the line. See that again. Arasov crossed it in. It ricocheted off of Lopta. Goddamn, putting it into the back of the net. And it's harsh on Lualua, who really couldn't do much about that one. But it is now 2-0 to Reykjavik. They've looked the better team from the word go. And the scoreboard now reflects a slightly wider gap as a result. Arasov tried the through ball for Del Pirlo, but the run wasn't there. Although here is Jure and Lopta. Lopta turning past Brisky. Not for long, though. Brisky sending it away. Arasov. Now Andrews. Arasov again. Andrews falls on it and shoots wide. Sao Paulo, if it was hard for them to get back from 1-0, 2-0 might just be beyond their reach. Oh, that's a poor touch from Kirkpatrick. Well, they won't help their case with mistakes like that, it has to be said. Lualua from the goal kick. Kirkpatrick's first touch was heavy, and Lopta was right there. Simply cannot make mistakes like that, and Reykjavik have made them pay for it. And here is Habjanic, chased by Arasov, but ultimately dispossessed. Reykjavik firmly in control at this point, and Chicken surging past Selic. Lopta squares it. They're not done! Henry Andrews! Well, if this stands, that would make it 4-0 to Reykjavik. And the floodgates will have opened. VAR looking at it. Goodness me. Chicken just about had the beating of Selic. Lopta with the inch-perfect pass into Andrews. And all of a sudden, Reykjavik have found their shooting boots. We see there, Andrews was onside. And in the span of just a few minutes, it has really opened up here. Brisky stands over a corner for Sao Paulo, I believe their first of the match. Sent in, and Brickwall Jr. holding on to it. Falls for Jean-Claude Goddamn, who nearly split the defense. Not quite able to get it under control, though, as Norris sends it back up the other way. The diver. Now it's forward for Arasov. Arasov to Del Pirlo. And that shot well out of the way. Kirkpatrick again, this time with just the right amount of touch to keep it under control. Victoria, hassled by Del Pirlo, but does get it for Diastinison. That pass, though, cut out. And here is Andrews, again for Reykjavik, squaring it. Lopta from range, Lua getting in front of it. Well, Lua having held up his end of the bargain for the most part. And that challenge in by Victoria. VAR once again sending the referee to the monitor to look at this one as a potential penalty. It looked like a clean challenge from where I'm sitting, but VAR might have a different angle of it. And indeed, it is no penalty. That will not stop the Reykjavik attack, however, as they build from the back once more. Diver forward to Del Pirlo. Arasov over the top for Andrews. Andrews squaring it. Couldn't quite find who he was looking for. A dangerous move that ultimately comes to nothing. But at 4-0 up, Reykjavik have no room for complaint here, I feel. Nor would they have any desire, I would imagine. Lopta bringing it down, squaring it off the post, and sent behind by Brisky for a corner. That corner finds its way back to Andrews as Lopta fires, and it's another corner kick from the opposite side this time. Chicken sending the ball in, finds its way back to Chicken and Arasov, but Chicken was offside. Less than 10 minutes to go, and it's another corner for Reykjavik. Once again headed back to Andrews. Norris getting rid almost. Andrews again, this time dispossessed by Selic. And now can Sao Paulo break here? Here's Habjanic. No, it's intercepted by Jore. Now it's a through ball to Del Pirlo. Del Pirlo, the shot clatters off of Eilish and behind. Corner comes in from Furious Chicken. Headed up into the air. Lopta from range. Zizou Lopta. Do I hear 5? Well, it's another one of those chaotic shots that sort of just ricochets in like a pinball. But ultimately it does go in the back of the net, and it is 5-0 to Reykjavik now, in front of their home crowd. There's Del Pirlo. Now Lopta, through ball to Goddamn, Jean-Claude Goddamn. Well, the referee checking in with VAR, but this time it will stand. Jean-Claude Goddamn once again weighing in with a strong strike. And we'll see what the referee was looking at. Goddamn, just onside. Seems to be played on by Kirkpatrick. And it is a brace for Jean-Claude Goddamn. to go with Zizou Lopta's hat trick as Reykjavik take a convincing 6-0 victory. As I say, Lopta with the hat trick on the occasion, goddamn weighing in with a brace, and of course Henry Andrews also on the score sheet. Sao Paulo thought they were able to keep it close as they only trailed by 1 at the end of the first half. But Zizou Lopta, player of the match, completed the hat trick, and the floodgates completely opened in the second half. Sao Paulo powerless to resist, still looking for any point on this season. Certainly, you could argue this would have been one of their hardest tests. But after that first half performance, you have to assume that second half was a little bit disappointing. Still a creditable performance by Reykjavik. They did eventually manage to find their shooting boots after a very profligate first half. And they end up winning 6-0 over União Sao Paulo. Now we move to our final match of the day, that being AC Romana, who will host Buenos Aires. Romana winning 4-2 over Sao Paulo last time out, will be looking for another victory. Likewise, Buenos Aires coming off a close 1-0 win over CF Catalunya. And Coliseo hosting this very intriguing match. Should be a very fascinating clash of styles here. As we get underway, Buenos Aires starting us off from right to left. Although that pass quickly intercepted by Kimo Atu, but ultimately finding its way back to Buenos Aires. Romana in that somewhat lopsided 4-2-4, and of course the off-center 4-2-3-1 for Buenos Aires, as Romana with the corner kick. Kimo Atu squares it to Anavier, catches a Buenos Aires foot, and goes behind again. Jerry standing over the corner for Romana. Kimo Atu back to Anavier, and it's another corner kick, this time to the opposite side. Anavier sending it in, and this time headed clear into touch. Both these teams certainly hoping to breathe a little new life into their season, as Nunez with the free kick, Pinkman's header over the bar. Both teams, as I say, hoping to breathe new life into their seasons. Nunez's free kick goes wide. Romana on 7 points, Buenos Aires on 6, both in the lower half of the table as things stand, but with a chance to move in the top 4 as a result of Tokyo's loss earlier. Anavier's shot deflected. It falls to Q. JQ forces a save out of Misag Cabri. Another corner for Romana, who have had the bulk of the chances so far. This one headed clear. Jerry gets to it again, though. Kimo Atu. Back to Jurgen Muller. Jurgen Muller from distance! Well, what a shot that was from Jurgen Muller. First tried the pass to Kimo Atu. When that didn't work, made the run himself and put it well out of reach of Cabri. Romana seizing the day, going up 1-0. Now here's Kimoatu again for Romana. Genkal got a foot to it, but Romana retained possession. Here is the goal scorer, Muller. Q. Blackman sending it back. A little bit of pressure, forcing Romana to regroup here. Blackman finds it through to Nunez. Nunez knocks it past Knight almost. And a Vier. Blackman from distance, and it clatters off of a defender. And Jerry ruled offside there. Because as we near the midway point of the season, table really starting to take shape, teams starting to figure each other out. These are always the most fascinating clashes of the season, as we see teams starting to adapt to their situations, starting to see them come up with new ideas to potentially get an edge, get that extra leg up on their competition. We start to see the teams sort of break themselves down into different tiers of competition. As here is Muller into the box, squaring it, forced behind by Cabri. These are two teams that you would argue are sort of in the middle tier of teams, hoping to find something that breaks them away from the pack as Anavier's corner falls into Cabri's hands. But a win here by Romana, or perhaps by Buenos Aires, if they can come back, could go a long way to defining the back half of this season. But for the moment, it is Romana who have been dominant. Buenos Aires with not so much as a shot so far. And at halftime, Romana lead 1-0. 14 shots, 5 of them on target. An XG of just a hair under 2. And of course, the bulk of the possession. Romana in the driver's seat, but Buenos Aires always have that capacity to spring the comeback. They're set for a very tense second 45 minutes here. From Rome. Romana starting us off right to left in the purple and gold. Kimoatu immediately dispossessed, but referee blowing for a foul as Q was brought down unfairly, according to the referee. Buenos Aires finally managing their first shot of the afternoon. But it is Romana with the corner kick. Out to Anavier. Now Kimoatu. Dribbling into the box. And boy, Kimoatu doubling the advantage. Well, it was a well-worked set piece. Jerry sent it out to the edge of the box. Anavier sending it along. Kimoatu calling their own number. Beating Cabri at the near post. Romana now very much favorites to hold on to this. But Buenos Aires manufacturing a chance. But that one ruled offside. It looked like Bradford is the one called offside there. Less than 30 to play. Buenos Aires in a 2-goal hole here in the Italian capital. There's Muller. Muller with the shot. And it misses over the bar. Ensuing goal kick is sent long. O'Leary sending it over the top, but nobody able to get to it. Pass back eventually falls to Genkal. Some quick passing. It finds to O'Leary, who lays it for Knight. Knight into the center for O'Leary again. Van der Sloot forces a save out of Kerrigan. Good reflexes from Kerrigan to prevent the goal. It is a corner kick to Buenos Aires, courtesy of Brooks Patron. Into the center, Lind heads it down. Brooks Patron finds Lind! And another save by Kerrigan, saving another goal. Brooks Patron once again Into the air. Falls to Genkal. Brooks Patron. Lind shooting, but blocked at basically point-blank range. Fiacre now. Vandersloot. There's Munoz. Q trying to pressure back. Harrison. Ben Harrison! Out of nowhere, Buenos Aires have found a way back into this match. Well, they probed for an opening. Harrison took the touch. A lane opened up. And Harrison might have just sparked a comeback for the Argentine team. Just under 20 minutes to play. It is Romana 2, Buenos Aires 1. Pinkman, though, coming forward for Romana. Finds Kimoatu off the head of Brooks Patron. Romana turning up the heat here to try to kill off this match. Here's Q into the center. Pinkman brought down. Referee has given a penalty. They are consulting. Pinkman still down after that challenge. No penalty given. The penalty has been reversed. Well, that is a surprise. Pinkman has been given the okay to play on. Seemed very likely that penalty would be given, but VAR has reversed it. Kimoatu. And that will go behind for a goal kick. And so Buenos Aires still only one goal behind as we near 10 minutes to play. Kimoatu. Here's Jerry. Nunez back into Annavier. Pascal Annavier just by the post. So often Annavier called into action in clutch situations, but missing that time. Annavier again, though, but dispossessed by Vandersloot. Buenos Aires now on the break. Here's O'Leary. Can they get the players forward? Munoz. Cut out by Q, but it finds Fiacre. Vandersloot through to Bradford. Jake Bradford! Romana shell-shocked. Buenos Aires smiling. It is 2-2, and it is game on here in Rome with 10 to play. Buenos Aires coming back from 2 goals down to level it up in the dying minutes. Muller trying to square it, has it deep for Romana. Kimoatu brought down, and once again the referee has given a penalty. VAR once again weighing in. This match hangs in the balance. And it is given. Annavier will take the penalty. The Romana captain puts it away. Well, I said before, he's called in clutch situations. And a picture-perfect penalty showing exactly why. As stoppage time expires, it was a brilliant fight back from Buenos Aires to bring the game back level. But that penalty wins it for AC Romana. An exciting match here from Rome. And it ends 3-2 in favor of the hosts. Jurgen Muller opened the scoring for Romana. Then Kimoatu made it 2. And goals from Harrison and Bradford leveled it up. Kimoatu does get player of the match, but it was that penalty from Pascal Annavier that finally put Romana ahead. A brilliant effort from both teams, an amazing match in general, but it is AC Romana who emerged victorious on this day. Well, I believe that will just about do it for us here today. Here again are the final scores. Tokyo SC losing out 1-0 to the visiting Schwarzwalder. Catalonia and Hollywood playing out a dramatic 1-1 draw, thanks to the late goal from Pete Martell for Hollywood. Reykjavik dismantling Sao Paulo by a score of 6-0, and Romana just edging out Buenos Aires by virtue of that late penalty from Pascal Innovier. And if you see at the standings, Schwarzwalder remaining on top with 15 points, Reykjavik just behind with 13. Well, that will do it from us here at the SSL. Thank you so much for joining us for match day number 6 here in the Major League. Until next time, this has been Metafiction. Take care, everyone.